Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And down to a knee. That's one way to call a play.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh, there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh, there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on first down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Davis now to return it. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a first and 10 at their own 21.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. 49. Check 49. Check 49.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They get Elton Jenkins, the second rounder from Mississippi State. Throwing is Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdes-Scantling. He's at the 40, the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Valdes-Scantling, 87 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position, maybe. Turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Cluster. Check 50. Check 50. Hatch it. Topper. Switch it. Come on, switch. Wait, 89.
Now a carry by the third-year man. This is Austin Eckler. Oh, eluding the tackle. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Shit.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Rivers. They'll roll him out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
Try their best to do exactly that, but they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game, and you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Right now, you better bring it. 26 Mike, 26 Mike. And here we go. Watch the pass.
On 3rd down, Rivers. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 44-yard line.
Calvin Ridley more than justified his first-round selection in 2018. 64 catches as a rookie and found the end zone 10 times. Did a nice job getting open right there and picking up a first down.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Check 31. Check 31. Check the backer. Check the backer. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. We got double up. Double up.
Rivers hands off to Eckler. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Zadarius Smith able to get him down.
Brings up 2nd and 15 at the 50-yard line.
Protein spill. Mike 42. Check. Check. Mike 42. Watch the back. Run 80. Mike's 42. Mike's 42. Bring it. Bring it.
Rivers now from the 50. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check 4. Check 4. Alpha!
And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
And on 3rd and 15, we see the dime look, 6 DBs on the field.
Playing pass all the way. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Packer pressure, and down he goes. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Rodgers now on first down. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster, 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way, and the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Hey, watch it, watch it.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
We're okay. We're okay. 180. Situation. Let's go. Spot correct. Spot. No. Jam.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. They've got a 3rd down and 5 to start things out.
190. You don't want none. You don't get it. Pick up the ball. Keep it skinny.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 24-yard line. With Cole Beasley now in Buffalo, you think that might open up some more targets for Michael Gallup. Last year as a rookie, 33 catches for the Dallas Cowboys. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Elliott. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He's talking about you. Shoot. 3 down. Shift.
On second down, Elliott. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run.
390. It's going to be a long day. Chance. He's coming. Double up.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Brett Maher now for the Cowboy field goal. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. The kick by Maher is good. Of course, the door for Maher was opened after a little bit of a surprise move. The Cowboys letting go of Dan Bailey last year.
Yeah, Maher took over in the preseason. He's from Nebraska via the Canadian Football League where he kicked for 4 years. And I saw him personally make 2 game-winning field goals last season against Detroit and in Atlanta.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Rodgers. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Yeah, the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back.
Stay. 88. Mike, 56, right there, 56. Watch the car. Hey, Charlie. 56, I'm connected.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
50.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
From just shy of midfield, Rodgers. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got the connection to the tight end, Graham. Touchdown, Packers. Jimmy Graham, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Brings up second and 11 at the 23-yard line.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's second and 11.
Hey, hey, hey. 26.
To throw is Rivers. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16, and they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. The big boy's big dream right there. He got to rumble and stumble all the way for 6.
Nothing like big man with football, is there? I mean, that brings people onto their feet every single time. And his dream was answered on that one, wasn't it? It was realized. He picks it off and takes it to the end zone.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's second and 10. Throwing again. Rivers. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
11 more on that one and another first down.
That's another Cowboys
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Load it! Load it! Watch twitch!
On second down, Rivers again. He's going to loft one. Deep left. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now Elliott. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now.
Delta! Bravo! Hey, keep it up, keep it up. Hey, check. Mike 50, Mike 50. It's a party now. It's a party now. 12. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Switch up. Hey.
Now Rivers. Steps away to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Marcel Darius flies in at 331 pounds for the sack. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19.
At their own 21-yard line.
And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now Austin. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, Rivers connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. A gain of 6 there on first.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
White! Check, check. Lucky. 6'6", bullet high.
On second down, Eckler. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 7. And now it's third down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Slam. Left to right. Go. 26 Mike. Hey. Behind.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Flushed out right. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 16 and a Dallas first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League.
Check 30 seconds. Check nickel. Hey, downtown. Check 99. General West. Whip. Watch the whip. Hey, I'm gonna go load it.
Again, it's Elliott. Preston Smith there on the stop. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Set, 390. Check, 42's the mic. It's been a long day for you.
On 3rd and 1, here's Rivers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. Past the 20. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated, he shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position.
Watch the screen. Pass.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
3 down, live. Check.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Get him! Get him! Get him! Mike's 42! Mike's 42!
To throw again. Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dean Lowry in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
26 Mike! 26 Mike!
Load it! Load it!
Hey, alert 3! Alert 3!
Tighten up! Tighten up! Tighten up! Wait! 89!
3rd and long for Rivers. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, the fact you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
No.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again to Jones. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Get 300! Get 300!
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. He completes it to Bryant. First catch for Bryant. He's got a 1st down.
Come on now! Let's go!
You ready for a Captain Obvious comment?
Let's go. Go with it, please.
He had the 5 picks last week. He's got to be much more pleased. Just the 1 interception. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And not only is he pleased, his entire team is. Because throwing those 5 interceptions affects everyone. That's extra work for your defense and not enough possessions for your offense. He's flipped that ratio around in this game.
Over. 50 to 50. Don't get nervous. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. The left side completion to Jones. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
First down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 20-yard line.
Recon, 132 fighter. Johnny! 56.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Hey, Mike. Twist.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
2nd and 7 at the 9-yard line.
No. 319. 56. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Slam. 319.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Definitely belong.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Check. Alert 3.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Hey, go orange. 26, orange.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. This one caught by Ridley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
The Cowboys on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 15. Now Rivers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 82 yards. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
You draw Corkers.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Jones hit and the ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The Packers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Rodgers now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. When they need to play on third down, you kind of know what direction the ball's going, but the defense knew it too.
Yeah, it's a good call because they wanted to put 2 men on him, and they did. Dare him to throw into double coverage. Really what you're saying is, let's see if one of your other receivers can beat us.
Here's Austin. Wiggles free. Tavon Austin, he's going to go. And he brings this one all the way back. So definitely good for the individual stats. Maybe not for our storyline, but he's in for the late score.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they hit the ball and kick it right to him.
Now here's Rivers. He'll bring his guys up, and they'll go for the 2-point conversion. And he will get into the end zone, but there is a flag down. This one may be coming back. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Now here's Rivers. He'll bring his guys up, and they'll go for the 2-point conversion.
80 weapon.
Check. Kill.
Hey, Delta.
Will line up for the 2-point conversion.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now here's Rivers. He'll bring his guys up, and they'll go for the 2-point conversion.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Let's go, D. Let's go.
From the gun, Rivers. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Snags it for the pick.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jones. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Rodgers going to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. On 1st and 10, Rivers. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Tramon Williams. So a big chunk of yardage will be marked off there for that PI call.
And now you know why receivers and the guys throwing the ball, they like to collaborate and just heave it up sometimes, because you can get these types of calls that go against the defense. Pass interference, and they gain.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Adrian Amos with a pick. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Well, officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And this one boiled down in the end, Charles, to simply too much Aaron Rodgers.
We've seen this many times before, haven't we? And I'm sure we'll see it again in the future. Extreme confidence in his abilities. Extreme confidence in his teammates. Never thinks a game is out of reach, because his right arm can equalize anything a defense can put out there.
So for the Packers, it took a while, but they finally get that first win after 4 straight losses. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, the loss.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ladies and gentlemen,